What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Gaming Channel. My name's AJ Gels. How y'all doing? We are back with This is the Police. And, yeah, I really don't have much else to say. We're gonna hop in. Last video, there really wasn't a lot of story to talk about. You know, it was a lot more of just doing our detective thing, doing our cop thing. And City Hall not happy with us right now. But let's see here. Mayor Rogers, I will bring order to the police station. Rogers is responsible for Freeburg PD breakdown. Euthanasia should be personal choice. Doctor, that's an interesting debate that I've listened to both sides on. It's an odd one. Oh, great, didn't come to work today. Can I go home? Yeah, I don't get. You're basically useless. All right, day 93. Alright, well, that's enough of that. We're still working on the carjacking. Several dozen workers have gone on strike over layoffs and wage cuts. For a while, they were expecting someone from the company to negotiate with them, but this never happened. The protesters have armed themselves with improvised weapons and have started to break the fence down. Okay, let's get, that should be enough. Plus the paddy wagon. Come on, what's next? It is. Inside a booth in the ladies' public toilet, a woman was overheard holding a man against his will and attempted to blackmail him into having sex. Crystal Harrington only vaguely made out part of the conversation and immediately ran to the phone to call the police. Something about this, I got a feeling that this is going to end up being a false alarm. Just because this is somebody who vaguely heard something coming out of a public bathroom. Yeah. Better than the last time. Last time I got a lot of people killed. Called it. Booth was occupied by a couple who were spicing up their relationship with role-playing games and sex. Yep, okay. I had a feeling that's what it was going to be. Mr. Boyd, I have the misfortune of having a family. My only daughter is marrying a complete idiot. She's requiring that the wedding take place on the roof of my skyscraper and as soon as possible. But I want to protect my daughter from making the biggest mistake of her life, so I've organized a grand wedding and reception. And I ask that you arrest the groom at the altar on some monstrous charges, like child pornography, for example. Better for my daughter to survive the horrible moment of shame in front of hundreds of people than live in shame every day for the rest of her life. Jeez. All right, dude. Yeah, you're paying. You know, you're paying for me to do stuff like this. All right. So wondering what this, I talked to somebody, apparently the church thing is a joke, it's not really necessary to use, and I'm still curious as to what this thing is. I don't know what the last area is going to be. Two women tried to quietly pocket some expensive jewelry at the boutique, but the guard saw everything, stopped them, and demanded that they turn out their pockets. One of the women then pulled a gun from her purse and began to threaten the store's employees. Oh, goody. That should be enough.
710A in progress.
A security guard reports that an armed man wearing a frock coat burst into the registry office. He was dragging a young girl in a white dress behind him and demanded that the staff immediately arrange their marriage. Okay. We're going to hold off on this. Maybe, hopefully, we can get some backup. Alright, $6 grand for that. Alright, not bad. I should be able to have some backup for this call. Come on.
I was trying to raise 10-1, Sergeant Soft Spot.
910. There we go. You didn't need backup. Let's see here. There we go. A waitress says I'll try this again. A waitress says that a suspicious-looking man in a rumpled jacket has been sitting at a table for hours. He didn't order anything. I brought him a coffee, and he just sat there staring at me. I'm afraid he's going to watch me until my shift's over, and then the girl stammered, "It's scary to imagine." Got a feeling this is a false alarm, but I don't like to take the risk. Mass riot, smuggling call.
We've got a situation.
The man grips the girl's arm tightly and aims his shotgun at the registry office employee. She says, "I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride. You there throw down your weapon or I'll put a hole in your suit. Kiss her, you fool." Stun him with a nightstick.
710A.
We just received an anonymous call. Someone is unloading an arms shipment at the port. All the regular workers were sent home early. We'll hold up there because we need because SWAT is suggested for that one.
1210 complete.
Fired from his job today. He was just trying to collect his thoughts, figure out. Okay.
1510 in progress.
Come on. There we go. Those foreign SWAT. Without mass riot. Without explanation, Karen Sparkle's manager really canceled the Freeburg Stop in the Incredible Popular Singers tour. She was originally scheduled to perform in town next month, and God damn it, I cannot read. And incensed fans have gathered at the Ice Arena where the concert was to be held, demanding to speak with Karen immediately. Senior guard Trevor Hernandez sent his men to calm down the crowd, but the guards were severely beaten, and the crowd has begun to break open the doors and windows. Send who I got. Martin Cooker, owner of a local grocery, said that 2 older women with big gym bags are hanging around the parking lot selling cigarettes to passers-by. I can barely make ends meet as it is, and these hucksters are chasing away all my customers. Alright, this day started slow, but we're getting some big calls.
1011B in progress.
Terrorism.
Looks like we have a
4 large men in black suits are loading boxes into a van. There's 3 more armed guards. Tell someone handing out. Can you tell me where someone was handing out coupons for free pizzas? Shoot out the tire first. The men with the machine guns are firing at the cops. The others quickly open one of the boxes, pull out a grenade launcher, get in the truck and ram the sons of bitches. Stun grenade and attack.
1110 complete.
Yeah, that's right. And loot found with automatic weapons. I can't sell them, so we'll just bring them back.
15 complete.
Report the mass riot. Everything handled. Great. Come on.
1510 complete.
Nope, I'm not going to have any officers to handle that one. Damn it. Attempt to carjacking. We have some new frames. Which, actually, I don't think any of these are anything we need. Because it's... yeah, she was in a yellow car. I mean, he didn't hold up a knife to her, did he? He just ran by and grabbed her purse. Yeah, he didn't hold a knife to her. He hit a... God damn, he hit a hydrant, not a fire truck. And that's not the right color for the car, so... Nah, didn't think so. All right, that was an attempt. All right, we'll hold off until we get more. Really? You guys couldn't handle that? We'll wait till tomorrow when we get some more frames for that investigation. I don't know what I was expecting for some reason. I was thinking, don't they get experience at the end of the day? And then I remembered, oh yeah, they don't. Grandmaster Alan Bourne plays 20 simulation game. Grandmaster Alan Bourne plays 20 simultaneous games a day. There we go. Minesweeper, most calls are false alarms. Beach to boast new Neptune statue. But still not happy with us. We pretty much handled every call yesterday. I think we only missed one because we didn't have enough officers. My grandfather has epilepsy, and recently the seizures have gotten worse. They happen more often, and they all end in tears. The doctors say he needs a special new drug that I can only get out of town. I'm the only one in the family who drives. Can I go get these? Yeah, come tomorrow. No, I need you here. Oops. There we go. Please be advised, we are unhappy with the efficiency. We're cutting the department's budget. Fantastic. Lose one job. Alright, can we not fire her? Who's our lowest? Yeah, she's our lowest rated officer. A bearded man wearing a hood, there we go, rode a bike to the office building, looked around nervously, and walked into the foyer. He quietly placed a black bag behind the pillar and then disappeared. The guard tried to chase the bearded man down, but lost him in the crowded street. Just in case. Another slow start to the day. There we go. The reinsurance group of Freeburg reports that several armed men have stormed into their offices and started attacking their employees. One of the men pulled out a gun and told a young employee that he'd kill her unless she returned all his money immediately. Another employee called the police and says the attackers are drunk and can barely stay on their feet. Yes, they are, damn it, but that's not the point. They're crazy enough to kill someone. The building's lobby is empty, and there's a black bag near one of the columns. Carefully take it. Inside the package, some mechanism spins, and the package starts humming and vibrating. Crush whatever's inside. Make sure everyone's at a safe distance. We have a report on the radio that the suspect was spotted in the crowd outside the building. He was smiling, watching the scene, and he's holding something like a remote control. Throw a tear gas grenade to the crowd. Yeah, let's surprise him. There you go. Good job, everyone. And without the I know I took down the mob, and that was a good thing. But I'm trying to figure out now how I'm supposed to make money. Cleaning lady called to complain about a suspicious man wandering around near the fence. This weirdo spent the last half an hour rubbing against the fence, staring at the children. You better come and arrest him. Okay. Offender caught. Officers unharmed. Civilians unharmed. There we go. from missing persons. Judith Morrow reported to the police that her husband Eric has disappeared. She had returned home early from a business trip, hoping to surprise him, but the house had been turned upside down, and Eric was nowhere to be found. No one at his work has seen him for the past 5 days. All right, Kuzma can lead, and the rest of you will all assist on the case.
1210 complete.
Man was very drunk and was merely holding onto the fence to keep from falling. Okay. Still hope that we can get this that we can solve this carjacking case. So I feel we're only missing 1 or 2 frames. That I feel like we should be able to get this one at the end of today or tomorrow. A group of drunken workers gathered at the factory entrance to protest cuts in their shift hours and other privileges. Management at the bread baking plant has ignored their concerns and are calling in the police to disperse their disgruntled employees. Yeah, 4 should be enough. His eyes, man, look at that. That's just disturbing. All right, let's see here. We were late with the mortgage payment a couple weeks ago, but Eric got a big bonus and everything was settled. But my husband was very nervous about the money, worried that someone from work would try to rob us. They work a lot with a lot of ex-convicts. I have a feeling that was an illegal loan, but whatever. Eric has serious money problems. 3 weeks ago, he asked to borrow some money, but I'm barely making ends meet myself. Eric began to cry and said that he'd have to deal with some bad people. That was his brother. Colleague. A couple weeks ago, Eric had an argument with his superiors. He was clearly not himself, trying to borrow money and cursing up a storm. The secretary. I recently overheard one of Eric's telephone conversations, but I could only make out a few pieces. The next morning with the twins will be my last. That'll be a nice night. I thought he was talking about prostitutes again. Contents of Eric's trash can. A receipt from Eddie's Burgers, a brochure entitled Multiply Your Capital in 5 Easy Steps, a number of documents, an empty envelope stamped eviction notice, and an advertisement from the sex industry. Okay. Some interesting combination of items. Mrs. Wright reports that the basement of an abandoned house has become a black market for unregistered weapons. There's no machine guns, but plenty of handguns, and they're selling them to young boys. Yes, I mean children. Okay. Those foreign SWAT should be able to handle that. Unlawful assembly taken care of. No one was harmed. Good job, everyone.
Progress.
3 men were eating dinner in a small restaurant when 2 attackers opened fire on them from the street. 1 was killed on the spot, and the other 2 hid behind an overturned table and began to return fire. Several more cars pulled up, and armed men stepped out to join the shootout. 1 witness shouted over the phone, "There's a lot of civilians around, a lot of people injured. Hurry." I don't know why, but something about that sounds off to me. No, I think you got enough people to handle that one. Yep, there we go. I was right. See if we can get SWAT back in time. There's something about this one that's not sitting right with me. That I feel like this might be like a movie shoot or something, and somebody's completely misunderstood what's going on. Yeah, not going to be able to send SWAT with them like I'd like to, but it's how it breaks sometimes. A supermarket cashier saw a young black man in a hood grab an old lady's shopping bags and run away. Again, I got a feeling that that's a misunderstanding.
410A in progress.
A biker crashed into a truck at an intersection. Some of the biker's friends arrived soon after. They pulled the driver out of the truck. They're getting ready for a lynching. Yeah, that's all I got left.
Officer,
Most of the people involved in the firefight have been killed or seriously injured. 2 men on the street continue to shoot at a restaurant. Holy crap, this is real. Alright. Storm the restaurant.
510 complete.
There we go. Everything's handled. Yep, not useful because it's not the car she was driving. We'll hold on to things for now. I'm going to need more frames to even kind of guess what's going on.
910B complete.
Robbery. Turns out the old woman knew the young man from the neighborhood. He's a medical student who lives nearby. He's just helping her load of groceries in the car. Thought that one was going to end up being a false alarm.
I was trying to raise 10-1, Sergeant.
Send the backup. Why not? Yeah, we're at the end of the day anyway, so there's not going to be any more calls. But yeah, I had a feeling that that was going to be the situation. There was a misunderstanding. And there we go.
Who's there? Show yourself or I'll start popping off.
Technically, you already started, but whatever.
Mr. Boyd, it's me, Mr. Fry.
I don't know any Mr. Fry, and if I did, I wouldn't want him coming around in the middle of the night.
Mr. Boyd, I'm a private detective. I was looking for your wife, Laura.
Right, my wife Laura. I'm looking for my wife Laura. Laura Markham Boyd. Right.
You've totally forgotten about that, haven't you?
You want to throw on a robe, Mr. Boyd?
I'm not cold. So, Laura, what have you learned?
I know where she lives, who she's with. I know what her plans are. To tell the truth, I learned even more than I expected, but I can't tell you anything.
I'll keep a hold of this thing just in case. So, what were you saying?
I said I can't share this information with you, Mr. Boyd. You see, Laura... Well, let's say... Your beloved Laura is with a very wealthy man. I consider myself a good investigator, but he figured out pretty quick that I was onto him. We talked, all three of us, me, him, Laura, and, well, we agreed that I'd stop bothering them, and in return, I'm getting a very good position in the company he owns, Mr. Oh, I almost gave the name away.
You do realize I could shoot you right here.
Well, that would hardly be fair, Mr. Boyd. I might not have come here, you know. But I decided to come clean with you, look you in the eye. I don't want you blaming Emma. She really wanted to help you. Plus, Mr. Boyd, I like you. You're a good chief of police, and I feel bad for you. So, I talked to Laura, and she'll call you when she's ready. You just need to wait a little longer, and, well, I'm not taking a penny from you for my services.
Get out. Leave the beer.
But I already drank half of it.
Don't worry, I'm not squeamish. Hey, Fry, take off your shoes.
I'm sorry?
Take off your shoes. Leave them at the door and get out.
But why?
Because when I asked you to leave the beer, it seemed like you didn't really mind. And I want you to mind. And the socks. Fine. Good night.
Oh, that's great. Oh, that's awesome. Leave your shoes and socks. Why? Because I want you to mind. Let's see, LGBT activist, or LGB activist, homophobia in Freeburg at a return. During concert, singer Gennaro Crespo presents Ring to Admirer. WW2 Naval Mine discovered in City Dump. There we go. We're getting back. They're starting to like us again. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Jack, a new bar opened in the city, and its owner promised to pour free drinks for all the cops and firefighters. Can't speak for the firefighters, but our guys are going to jump at this opportunity. Okay, so what do we have to worry about? Okay, let's see here. Job offer and SWAT upgrade. I think I'm good on detectives. I really don't need another one of those. Chemistry teacher called to tell us that one of his graduate students is standing at the edge of the roof. He's been harassed by his classmates because he wouldn't hide his sexual orientation. Seems like the guy finally broke. Simpson, Frasier, handle that. Two great TV shows. It's a bad joke. Wasn't even really a joke. It was just more of a statement. I don't know. I like Frasier.
In progress.
All right. Well, I'm done rambling now. During the premiere of an exhibit. During the premiere of an animalism exhibit. Jesus, I can't speak. Masked gunman burst into the gallery, killed 2 guards, and started bagging the paintings, some of which are worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Some visitors and staff are still in the gallery. Those foreign SWAT should be able to handle it. Really, that's not really like an offender sort of situation. That was just whatever. You're saying offender caught, and I'm just kind of sitting here going, nah, I wouldn't really say that there were, an offender, but whatever. Send to Shiro. I want to still keep some people on tap just in case something like this happens. An alarm at an electronics store just went off. We called, but they're not picking up. It's the middle of the day, so they should be open. Send them. Jeez, why are they driving there so slowly? Come on. A group of young people blocked the slaughterhouse's exit, chanting "Meat is murder." The protesters are carrying flashy posters, and one eyewitness reports seeing a weapon. Shop window is broken, and there are 2 large men with guns inside. One is cleaning at the cash register, the other is carrying a TV. Customers are lying on the floor, and there's no sign of the cashier. Man, that's last year's model. Take that one over there, the flat screen. We have you surrounded, throw down your weapons. The robbers spot the police. The man with the TV turns to a pickup truck, and the other pulls the cashier from under the counter, puts a gun to his head. Let's go quietly. Tell the hostage to duck and shoot the robbers. Get out of here. Duck and shoot the robbers. Boom. A bit risky, but it worked. I was kind of afraid that the hostage was gonna get killed on that one. see here. Lisa Gulen was in a hurry at the dentist and accidentally went into the wrong room. I saw people inside wearing white coats and masks, bottles of pills, some suspicious equipment, and different colored powders. I think they might have been drugs. I'm gonna send plenty of officers, but no SWAT to that, because I have a feeling that that's gonna be a false alarm. I have a feeling that that's not gonna be a real call. Mr. Boyd, I have decided to build a new church for the glory of our Lord Jesus Christ, and am beset by the greedy paws of his good servants. Greedy paws of his good servants, yeah. Just when we were about to start laying the foundation, the developer decided to raise the price for his services, threatening to disrupt our production schedule. His new demands are unchristian and simply extortionist. The Lord wants you to send your employees to talk with the developer and his men, put a few of them in cement. We have to make it clear that these greedy heathens, that the Lord's house shall be built even on the bones of sinners. Well, I don't have enough. Fine, I have enough people now. Oh, wait.
510 in front.
Why can't I count? Wait. Oh, we got an actual call. Patrol tried to pull over a black Jeep for speeding, but the driver tried to ditch them. That SWAT. There we go.
1111.
I wandered into the office of the pharmaceutical company next door to the dentist. That's what I thought. I had a very strong feeling that that's what it was going to be. That it had something to do with either a pharmaceutical pharmaceutical manufacturing. There we go. I wasn't thinking that. I was actually thinking more like a pharmacy. But The police car catches up with the Jeep. Dark-skinned teenager pops out of the window and starts shooting. Shoot at the wheels. Jeep abruptly turns down the alley, but the vehicle can't handle the turn and flips over. Come out with your hands up.
510 complete.
Bam. Ms. Lombardi looked out the window and saw a strange overgrown man spreading out his hands. The old woman whispered, I think he's part of some kind of satanic ritual. That is a false alarm. Gardner makes 6. Said that's a false alarm. I'm not sending people out to that. Within about an hour and a half, we should get updates on our cases.
1210 in progress.
Miss Lombardi got all worked out about a common scarecrow placing their lawns. That's great. $55. It's like when your grandma gives you a birthday card and only puts like $2 in it. An elderly security guard reported that he locked a vandal inside the gallery. The guy had already broken one of the statues with a hammer, part of the Eros versus Thanatos exhibit. No need to hurry. There's no way he's getting out this door. And as for the other statues, I don't mind much either way. Let him smash up the porno. That's what he wants. Oh, it's great. Oh, really? We have every... Okay, so we have every frame then. So she gets out of the car, steals the purse, runs away. She ducks in there. He hops in the car. Because he has her purse. He probably has her keys. Okay. Nah, he wouldn't have to use the brick. Steals the purse. He runs away. Runs in somewhere. Calls the... Key. Because that's her running into a building. What did she say? Hurried to the phone to call the police. Okay, so she didn't necessarily say where she called the police from. It's in the store. Got to be missing something. Yeah, I've got to be missing something easy on that one. I'll wait till tomorrow, see if maybe we pick up more frames. I doubt it, but it's worth a shot to see if we do. Dragon's Lair Club hosting regional martial arts tournament. Dragon's Lair. Okay, I'm done. Study finds that 86% of clowns are schizophrenic. Bakery closed for disinfection. Oh, that's great. 6% of clowns. All right. Yeah, looking at the clock. Okay, yeah, this will probably be the last day. Yeah, we already heard this one. Yeah, come tomorrow. Too tired. Or walk straight. Yeah, sure. No. Your brother just probably got lost. And if you got eaten by a bear, that just happens sometimes. Like I was saying, we'll go through this day and $200. I'll take that. 386. We have one more cop, and let's see who needs a cop. Actually, technically, both need a cop. Wait, who has the dead cop? Shift B. So Shift B needs somebody to replace the dead cop. And we have the SWAT upgrade. Increase efficiency. And already have a call. Freeburg's Department of Housing evicted 60 retired construction workers from their homes. Over a decade ago, they received housing on favorable terms for their contribution to the development of the city. Most of the evicted people took to the streets demanding they be left alone and allowed to live in their own homes. Wanda Parker, another retiree, is leading the demonstration. She said that they aren't formally registered as tenants, and their registration there is renewed every year by the mayor. The mayor's office stressed that no one officially lives in these apartments, so there can't be a problem of evicting homeless people. The paddy wagon. It's kind of a messed up situation that you'd... So what? The mayor's office is saying that they're just basically using squatters' rights. Hello, police. I was taking out the trash, and I heard a ticking sound coming from the neighbor's cans. I have a very strong feeling that this is going to end up being a... the oxygen mask. That's going to be somebody like threw away a clock. Out front, there's a huge crowd of elderly people yelling. Take out nightsticks, force the demonstration to disperse. Yeah. Arrest the organizer. Tell everyone else to calm the hell down. Taken care of. During an English literature class, a wild dog ran in and began to snap at students. The guy from Animal Control arrived, but he wanted to impress the kids and got a real gun and tried to shoot the dog. At the last moment, the dog lunged, and the man shot a schoolgirl instead. The teacher attacked the shooter and also received a bullet in the stomach. The suspect started shouting the whole thing was an accident and then disappeared into the basement of the school. Okay. That's a situation. Like crazy animal control guys.
1010A, 416 in progress.
There was no bomb. The garbage sound was coming from an antique cuckoo clock someone threw away. Caught it.
Officer on scene.
In the darkness of the basement, you can see the silhouette of a man sitting hugging his knees, whimpering and mumbling under his breath that this should never have happened. Open fire. Let's walk up, try and calm him down. The suspect wipes away his tears and suddenly jumps up and screams, "I'm not going to jail." There's a gun in his hand. Hit him with the taser.
412.
What? How the hell did that end with an officer dying? It's bullcrap. Animal rights activist Betty Medina said that the local kennel for stray animals is run by a group of sadists who mock the beasts, maim, and kill them. I've been following these monsters, and I'm prepared to provide plenty of proof of their inhuman acts. I'm really surprised that the taser didn't work. Probably should have shot him in the leg. I'm surprised that's the right answer. I feel like it would kind of have been the same effect shooting with the taser. I want to know how the guy ran away after getting shot with a taser. Television star Manuel Torreblanca was exiting the beauty salon when a group of fans noticed him. They grew so excited that they began to tear at his clothes. The actor managed to retreat and lock himself inside the salon. Hurry, I think they're going to break the shop window. Send plenty of officers to that one because I don't feel like there's going to be a... because I can't send the paddy wagon. Really, for some reason I had a feeling that that one wasn't going to end, that was going to be a false alarm.
1111A in progress.
I need more officers before I can take this call. Come on, McNally. We just received an anonymous tip. There's a meat truck making a run and along with the frozen meats. They're smuggling heroin hidden in the cow carcasses. The truck has an armed escort. Send all the cops we have plus SWAT. Really? Civilian died in that. Alrighty then.
910A in progress.
And while we can't do anything, we need more cops. Several armed men stormed into the temple and started hacking up the golden statue of Buddha. This for the paddy wagon should be enough.
In progress.
Animal assault. The police car draws up alongside the truck, but it doesn't slow down. There's a Jeep right behind filled with men carrying guns. Run the Jeep into the curb. Really? Well, we got a bunch of heroin. I'm surprised that ended up with people getting away. A little surprised at that.
1210 in progress.
Well, I need officers before I can take any of these calls, so... Right there.
10-1, Sergeant.
Yeah, you have no backup. Jeez. Man on the verge of hysteria called in. No, my house was attacked by crows. So many that they darkened the sky. The sound of the cawing deafened my ears. They've surrounded the house, climbed through all the cracks, and they're threatening my whole family. It's an animal control problem, if anything. Sales clerk Ronaldo Cotto witnessed from behind a black visitor dropping a gun, which he then quickly grabbed and hid again. Then, like nothing had happened, the suspicious man continued to peruse the vermicelli. Mr. Cotto is afraid that the guy is up to something. Send them. The animal assault, I'm about 99% sure that's going to be a false call. Yep. Single raven was sitting on the roof of the house, cackling loudly. Okay, that's what I thought. It was bullcrap. Oops, I clicked on that by accident. There we go. Pulling into the city, a car cut in front of a van, which rolled over and went off the road. About a dozen foreigners climbed out of the back. Could be they were brought here illegally to work construction in Freiburg. Witnesses saw some armed men at the site of the accident. who to send here. Send Coach. You know what? Yeah, those four should be able to handle it. I was thinking about sending everyone, but yeah, we're not necessarily done with the day. A girl just called in reporting that she'd been robbed near an ATM. She was crying as she spoke. He came up from behind to put a knife to my throat. I gave him my bag and he ran away. He took off with half my paycheck. Maybe I should have sent less people on that human trafficking call.
I was trying to raise 10-1.
Yeah, I have no backup for you. You didn't need it. Maybe you did. Jeez, I'm trying to think of what the order of events here is going to be. Okay, so we have the eviction notice. There's something with Eddie's Burgers in the background. Again, I'm gonna need more info. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, again, no new frames. So we have everything we need. I just can't think of what the answer is. So I can't figure out what the right call is on this one.
Looks like we have a situation.
Near an overturned van, there's a small passenger car and a truck. 3 armed men are about finished loading up the illegal immigrants. Get out of the car, take aim at the criminals. Order everyone to freeze. Seeing the police, the suspects fire several shots and jump in the truck and start to flee. Send pursuits. Send a bullet. Yeah, always shoot the truck's tire. Offenders caught, officers unharmed, civilians unharmed. There we go. Finally a win. There we go. Still wish we didn't have somebody die. And officially declared dead. And let's end the day. And no cutscene. Alright, looks like we're going to leave it here, guys. I want to say, as always, thank you so much for watching. Facebook, Twitter, the website, Minds.com. Links to all that stuff is down in the description below. Please remember to like, comment, if you're not already. Please subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned for more next time. But until then, my name's AJ Gills. This is the Young Thug Gaming Channel. I'm out.